Season 2 is finally here, and as always, they have posted the patch notes, which are actually super long, so we are going over some of the bigger changes that you might have missed. They've made an update to weapon tuning. Based the results of this adjustments will generally be felt as an increase to the overall impact of attachments, with the effects of attachment tuning becoming more significant, which is good because before you could barely feel the effects. Basically what they're doing is they're adding some tuning, they're adjusting some tuning, but what they're going to do is they're going to make the positives even better and the negatives a little bit less. If you're someone that likes the Hummer, they've actually added charging stations around the map instead of just going to a gas station. Ranked play for MW2 multiplayer is finally here, and it is the biggest ranked play we've ever seen, and it's also the most rewarding that we've ever seen in COD history. Obviously, the patch notes include a bunch of detail about the leveling and ranking system. Updates to Al Mazrah, there's a downed aircraft near the caves, which is going to be kind of like that Afghan map. Maybe it'll come at some point. Underground tunnels near the suburbs 14. I'm going to be honest, I have no idea what that is. A new passenger train moving counter directional. That's just the opposite direction to the existing cargo train. Maybe you could hop back and forth. Adding a path through the cliffside north of hydroelectric, which that's kind of cool. And then adding a vehicle ramp to the garage, which is small, but was definitely needed. Now, the idea of the resurgence mode is the same, but they've added more ways to shorten that timer to get your teammates back quicker. So we got headshots, AI elimination, uplink, basically that's completing the thing, which is not in the game yet. On the moves, if you move more than 25 meters while your teammate is dead, so just run around. Hunt is where you kill someone, you get a ping, and you go hunt their teammates. So hunt and double hunt. Hunter's spree, basically eliminating the squad. So you kill one person, two people, or the remaining third person. It's going to tick down that timer a lot faster. If you break all of a player's armor, tick down the timer. The audacious elimination, you get an elimination while a squad member was downed, and then fearless elimination, you get an elimination while being the last living member of your squad. So some of these you do naturally without even thinking about, so it's actually going to help a lot, I think, especially for those aggressive players. They're adding the counter UAV kill streak to all maps and modes, which is actually a kind of good thing to add. We'll kind of see how much I like it, but if you're smart, you'll plan it out so when someone pulls their UAV, then you use the counter UAV instead of just using it whenever you want. Now, this is for all modes in Al Mazrah. The redeploy packs, which is a new equipment. It says the new tactical equipment will give players another shot at victory. Basically, you can find these as loot, but more you'll find them at Stronghold and Black Sites when you complete those. And it's just basically like a resurgence token from Warzone 1. You die, you come back. A huge update to the cash flow, which is basically going to be more cash on the map. Now, most of you know everyone's going to start with a 3-plate vest, but what you might not know is they give you a little bit further breakdown. When you initially infill, you're only going to start with 2 plates. When you come back from the gulag, you have 3 plates, and in the resurgence mode, you will always come back with 2 plates. So again, you'll need to find more plates. So that means one-shot snipers, still kind of a thing. And there's an update to buy stations and buying loadouts from them. The spawn locations have been adjusted, so they're going to be static across each match, which is great. So they're going to be more spread out, hopefully. And then buying loadout markers now have an unlimited stock for each buy station, and the price is reduced based on the squad size, which I actually suggested this is a huge idea because when you're looting as a quad team, you're not going to get as much cash per person versus looting as like a solo or duo. So you solos, it's still 8,000, but then it's going to be less per person. So then we have 12,000 for duos, 16,000 for trios, and 20,000 for quads, which if you remember, it was 32,000. So that's a huge change, which I think is a great idea. AIs are going to be weaker in general at strongholds and black sites. Another great addition, a second loadout drop public event has been added, which means the drops will now happen in the first circle, which is still the same, and then in the 5th circle of each match. That way, when you come back, you might actually have more loadout options in the smaller circle rather than just like maybe one, especially after those jailbreak events. Something I have been begging for is the pre-match loadout selection, now able to select and edit loadouts in the pre-match lobbies. I think this is huge, so you don't have to back out to the lobby, mess with the loadouts, and then jump back into the queue. You can kind of just do it as you're playing. And looking ahead to Season 2 Reloaded and Season 3. So for Season 2 Reloaded, players can look forward to a brand new raid episode, new multiplayer modes, and a new 6v6 multiplayer map and more. And then for Season 3, we have Gunfight returns, Plunder returns, and kind of huge, don't know how it's going to go, especially with how multiplayer ranked is going to go, but Warzone ranked confirmed for Season 3. Stay tuned for more. If you want to see more Season 2 updates, you got to hit that one button.